The Bible verse that helped me let go of someone I loved. Letting go isn't a single decision. It's not one moment, one conversation, one tear. It's something you wake up and do again, and again, and again, until one day, you notice the ache hasn't disappeared, but it no longer steals your breath. I loved someone. The kind of love that settles into your daily routines. The kind where their laugh becomes the sound your heart memorizes. And for the longest time, I thought loving someone meant never letting go. I thought holding on, no matter how much it hurt, was proof that what we had mattered. But when they left, whether by choice or by the quiet ticking of time, I was left behind with more silence than I knew how to fill. I didn't know how to breathe without them. The days felt hollow, the nights endless, and the hardest part wasn't just that they were gone. It was that I still loved them, and I didn't know what to do with that love. Until one evening, I opened a Bible that had been gathering dust by my bed. I wasn't looking for comfort. I wasn't looking for answers. But I found a verse. Not one that told me to move on or be strong, but one that quietly showed me where to place the weight I had been carrying far too long. A weight I was never meant to carry alone. Cast all your anxiety on him, because he cares for you. 1 Peter 5 verse 7. Just one sentence. But it felt like someone had looked straight into my heart and decided not to look away. Cast all your anxiety. Not just the fear you can name. Not just the sadness people expect when you've lost someone. But even the kind of ache that has no words. Even the guilt that whispers, "Why do you still miss them?" Even the shame of still loving someone you no longer speak to. Someone who walked away, or simply faded like light at the end of day. God doesn't ask you to sort it first. He doesn't say, "Bring me the clean parts." He says, all of it. The messy, the confusing, the parts you hide even from yourself. Because he cares for you. Not the version of you who's got it all together. Not the strong you that shows up to work. Not the composed smile you give when someone asks how you're doing. But the real you. The one that sits on the floor with tear-stained cheeks, holding on to a hoodie that still smells like them. The one that whispers, "I miss you," into the dark, and feels like no one is listening. That version of you. He sees. He knows. He cares. And this verse, it didn't demand that I let go. It simply offered me a place to rest. What I was too tired to carry anymore. I kept their old messages, scrolled through them like a ritual, not because they said anything profound, but because their words still felt like presents. I kept their jacket too, folded neatly, never worn, just there, hanging in the closet like a ghost that wouldn't leave. Or maybe one I wasn't ready to let go of. Even a coffee mug. It had a little chip in the rim. They used to joke it gave the mug character. I never threw it away. It sat in the back of the cupboard, untouched, as if keeping it meant I was keeping a part of them too. But they were gone. And the truth is, love doesn't always mean staying. Sometimes it means leaving. Sometimes it means you love someone deeply, but life pulls you in opposite directions. I didn't know how to accept that. So instead, I turned it inward. I blamed myself. I played the highlight reel of our last conversations, like a detective looking for clues. What could I have said differently? What could I have done better? Why wasn't love enough? Some nights, I tried to pray, but the words didn't come out right. They sounded forced, hollow. So I stopped trying. Instead, I just sat in the dark, holding silence like a second skin, holding ache like it was the only thing left of them that hadn't faded. I didn't expect anything. I wasn't looking for signs or healing or magic. I just picked up my Bible, not out of faith, but out of exhaustion. I let the pages fall open. No planning, no highlighter, no plan. And there it was. Cast all your anxiety on him, because he cares for you. My breath caught. My fingers tightened around the page. I whispered it aloud. Not as a mantra, not as a declaration of strength, but as a surrender. Because maybe letting go doesn't start with forgetting. Maybe it starts with letting God hold what you can't anymore. God never told me to forget. He never said, let them go and pretend they never mattered. He didn't ask me to erase the memories, or silence the songs that still make my chest tighten. He didn't command me to be okay by Tuesday, or to smile when I wasn't ready. What he said was this: cast it, all of it, on me. The weight, the longing, the questions that loop endlessly at 2 a.m., the ache that shows up in the smell of coffee, or in that one song that plays when you least expect it. The kind of ache that doesn't scream, it lingers. It stays in the corners of rooms, and in the way your hand still reaches for a name that's no longer on your phone. And I realized then, I wasn't weak for still missing them. I wasn't broken for remembering. I was human, and humans don't forget love. That verse didn't tell me to unlove. It didn't ask me to erase their presence. It simply reminded me, I don't have to carry the grief alone. That verse, it became a soft permission, a quiet whisper that said, you can love them and still let them go. Slowly, gently, with trembling hands, and tear-filled eyes, and a heart that still beats in their direction from time to time. You don't have to choose between love and letting go. You can do both, one breath at a time. If you're still holding on to someone who once made the world feel softer, to a season of your life that passed too quickly, to a version of you that no longer fits but you're scared to release, I want you to know something. You are not wrong for remembering. You are not weak for feeling. And it's okay to love and still let go. It's okay to keep a photo, to smile at an old memory, to cry when a song brings them back for a moment. It's okay to hold grief in one hand and gratitude in the other. And when the weight becomes too much, you don't have to carry it by yourself. You can place it in the hands of someone who knows how to hold it, gently, patiently, without letting a single piece fall. Cast all your anxiety on him, because he cares for you. 1 Peter 5 verse 7. Not because you're strong, but because he is. Not because you figured it all out, but because he never needed you to. Crescent Moon, if this story brought you peace, even for a few seconds, if it felt like someone finally understood what you couldn't put into words, I invite you to subscribe to Hush Journal. Here, we don't shout. We don't preach. We whisper what hearts like yours are too tired to say out loud. We tell stories for the quiet hours, for the ones who still believe in healing, even when it comes slowly, for the ones who feel too much and wonder if that's a flaw. It's not. It's a gift. So stay with us, here, where love and loss can sit beside each other, where you're allowed to feel deeply, and never feel alone for doing so. We're here, in the quiet, whenever you need us.